What's up everyone, Alex here. Got some really great news today as PlayStation Vita is now finally playable on Android devices. Vita 3K just released today and you can download the APK now. I'm going to leave a lot of links in the description below, so please do check that out. That's usually where I provide the most useful information on these videos. And Vita 3K is out now, but do temper your expectations because there are a lot of games that cannot be played. There's a compatibility list I've linked below, and it's going to show that not a lot of titles are playable, but there are some pretty cool ones that actually are. And there's some different titles that say in-game plus, in-game minus. So those games have problems and may not be fully playable, but you can go in and play them. And they do recommend that it's a list that does need updating, so you can go in and test yourself and find out if you can or cannot play these games well. I've done some testing and I'm finding that the ones that are actually playable are the ones you should probably stick to for now. But yeah, let's go in and have a look. So I've already set this up so that I just load in with my own profile and I can tap the screen and get into the main UI here. When you download the APK, it's going to ask you to pick a language, and then it's going to ask you to download 2 files. It will link you those files so you can go ahead and download those, and then it will ask you to install both of them off your internal storage or SD, wherever you put it. So do that. And then once you do that, you can create a profile for yourself. So just whatever name you like, you can even pick a picture. And then you are taken to this, except I've chosen a grid style because I just like to see everything together, and it's all touchscreen as well, so everything works when you touch, and it's really cool. I would say compared to something like Skyline, where out of the gate when you just like open that up, it doesn't seem like a lot's playable. This feels like a very functional emulator, but there are some problems that I find annoying. I mean, first of all, it's cool that when you look at controllers here, if I can press it, it just detects that it's the Retroid Pocket controller. It does the same for the Odin as well, but you cannot rebind your inputs or add any additional binds, which is kind of frustrating. I'm going to show a big reason for that with Streets of Rage Remake, which is the main reason I did this video for the Retroid Pocket first, because I think it's really cool to have Streets of Rage Remake on this device. I mean, Streets of Rage 4 is awesome, but Remake, which is a fan-made game, is just an incredible title. And to have the ability to have that portable, I mean, you could get the 5.1 version on PPSSPP, but this is the full 5.2 version with widescreen, so that's really awesome. So you can't bind. When you install games, you have to install games on the device. Now this is kind of annoying because if you need an SD card for your additional storage, this won't let you choose where to install your games. This will install your games on the internal storage. So you have to first have the file. Let's say you have a 6 GB game. You first have to have that on your storage, and then it will install that game, which is an additional amount of storage, and then you'll have to delete the file you just used. So it can be, if you've already like customized and set up your device and you like got very limited space, it can be quite annoying to install stuff. But you can see here you can install PKG, or you can install .zip and .vpk. So you cannot, like all of these games here, like Dragon's Crown, let me get rid of this, please. It says so Secret of Mana, Persona 4, Dragon's Crown, Tales of Hearts are these were all installed with a .zip. Actually, Persona 4 was installed with PKG. So PKG is a different kind of file, and it requires a work.bin file. Now, depending where you get this, it should come with, I obviously can't tell you where you can get ROMs, so please don't ask me in the comments, but you will have to provide a bin file with the PKG. The zip, so a standard PlayStation Vita game file might be titled, say, PSE00220. And if you were to have that file and it's got data inside, you would, for example, make a zip of that folder. And it has to be a zip. It can't be a RAR. It cannot be a 7Z because it will not work. It has to be a zip. And once you have that zip, you can like say pick this, and then you'll select the file from your storage, and then you can install the game. It can't be anything else. Now, Streets of Rage Remake was a VPK. I will leave a link in the description how to install Streets of Rage Remake, because that's the exact same URL I used to do this. And you have to get a data folder with the game first, and then with Homebrew on this device you can use VPK. You can't use VPK for commercial titles. So I hope I've explained that decently enough. Look at emulation, last apps used. Don't need to look at debug. We'll have a quick look at the settings. So a lot of this we're not going to bother with. Core is just, I don't know. So I'm not going to go into that. CPU, I don't know, but it says dynamic. I don't know if that's a thing or a spelling error. GPU, so because this is a Mali GPU in this device, it's only going to be able to pick that. If this was the Odin, we would be able to use custom GPU drivers that we can download. And you can use the ones that you get for Skyline to help improve some of these games. I had a little play. I didn't really see much difference, but when I do my video on the Odin, we should be able to see more games playing better with like more graphics going on. So we'll have a look at that. But for now, we're going to leave everything at the internal resolution of 1x. I don't really want to mess with that because the Retroid Pocket, I didn't expect this to do much with this emulator. So I'm quite surprised how well it's running things anyway. System, you can choose what your enter button is. Cross. Actually, that's a good point. So when you use the Vita emulator, you need to go to the input settings. You know, I'll just show you so I can say how to do it. Go down to handheld settings here, then input, and then controller style. You want to change it to the Xbox layout, otherwise your buttons will be swapped. So you can see here perfectly X and circle would be circle and X unless I change this. I'm actually not going to bother because actually I will, whatever. Now the buttons should be correct in this emulator, but they'll be not correct everywhere else. So I'll have to remember to change that back. So I can get rid of this. And then we have emulator. It's good I checked this actually. So in the settings here for the graphical user interface, you can set some things, but Streets of Rage Remake, that game will not boot. You can press it, but there's no play button to actually access the game. If you want to play Streets of Rage Remake, you have to have live area app screen off, otherwise it won't boot into the game. So that was like driving me crazy earlier because I got it running on the Odin but not on here, and I realized when you turn this option off you can get Streets of Rage Remake to work, and that'll be the same with any other like VPK you install that does not have like a play button off this, you know, when you just press and go. So yeah, turn that off to not even bother with that. I don't think there's anything else to mess around with there, and we're not going to bother with network, so that pretty much is all the settings covered. And, you know, I think we'll start off with Streets of Rage Remake. It takes a little time to load, but I don't know if that's a Vita thing or if it just normally does it. So when you install this game, when you install Vita 3K, it will be in your Android folder, Android data, and then go down and you'll find at the bottom like org.vita3k, and in there, once you find the Vita folder, you will find a lot of folders similar to the Vita itself, and one of them is called UXO, and that's usually where all your games are stored. And when you find that folder, ooh, that's loud, then you should be able to quite easily get on and use the link to help get this game installed on your device. So this is Streets of Rage Remake, and it's an incredible remake. The only downside, and this is pretty frustrating for this device, is if you are playing the 5.2 version and you want the widescreen, because before 5.2 it was a 4:3 ratio, so it wouldn't be proper widescreen. This is proper widescreen, but for some reason the D-pad doesn't work. It's very, very annoying. And the simple answer to this would be to change your input bindings in the emulator. But this doesn't let you do that. Any other emulator lets you do that. So I could simply just put the left stick on the left D-pad. But there is no option to do that. And you cannot do anything here in the game. If I go to controls, you can see up, down, left, right is just grayed out. There's nothing we can do about that. So that's annoying. Uh-oh. Oh no, I just changed my buttons to keyboard. Okay, I'm gonna have to start this game again because I just want to show it running. It's because I set the button control the other way around. I was so used to it like the other way when I was testing it. So yeah, it's gonna do its slow load again. It took me a little while to figure out how to get this version. I started off with the 5.1, and then I started to wonder, like, what's the point? You can get that on PPSSPP, and I was fairly sure you could get a better version on the Vita, and that's when I found the link to help get this version, because initially you'd have to do all this like weird patching thing on Linux, which is just, I was like, nah, there's no way you'd have to do that. So here it is, working. I've always wanted to have a really good portable version of this game that is like the most up-to-date. Because, like, first of all, if you love Streets of Rage, like, holy crap, what a package this is. Oh my god, the buttons are completely different to I remember. Yeah, if you love Streets of Rage, you're gonna have a hell of a time with this. But then the other thing about it is that there's so much value in this game. Like, as soon as you get hooked on this, you could be playing this for like weeks. Oh, that's something else. I don't know if any version of Streets of Rage had this, but you can do a run and press the special button and he'll do a unique attack. So that's the normal run and attack. And then that's the run and special move, which is awesome. It's just, I just wish I could use the D-pad. It doesn't bother me too much about the stick, and actually, good time to bring up that Retroid is now selling grips for the Retroid Pocket 3, and you can order those now. It took a little while to get them rolling, but you can now order them. I've got an order coming in with the grip. I've got some new screen protectors coming, some hallmark sticks, because honestly they were like $10 for two. Oh, or is it just one? I hope it's two. And then I actually want to see, I wanted to get a new screen because I damaged the bezels of this one, and because I'm going to have to get another shell with that, I decided to get the clear blue. And I'm going to try doing a light black dye on it. Not as rich as this one, but honestly, after playing this device a lot now, I'm so this is the clear purple shell that I dyed black, and I'm so glad I did it. Even for the texture of this clear purple shell and the quality of it, because it feels so much nicer than the standard ones. Anyway, that's Streets of Rage. I'm going to be here for ages if I let myself play that. Fantastic game. Really cool that we can play it that way now. From my perspective, having a Vita emulator now, just to even at least play that, is incredible. Like, a lot of people are going to moan, oh my god, if you go to like the Vita 3K Discord, oh, it was chaos earlier. And people are just like, chatting like, how do you download this, how do you do this and that. It was going crazy. I'm just sitting there reading, watching the chaos. Let's build up Secret of Mana, because you can only get this on PS4, PS3, PS4, PlayStation, Vita, and PC, I think. It's not on Switch. So I thought this would be a really good example of a unique game that you can get for an emulator, which is actually worth getting. And Secret of Mana actually runs pretty well. It's very smooth. There's a couple of locations where it kind of drops FPS a little bit, but not too much. But I was actually really surprised how well this runs. Does the D-pad work? Not on this one. I think the D-pad's for something else. Yeah, it's really smooth, except for this one location coming up when I go up. I did the whole starting area, I did the first boss, because I just kept wanting to test it out, and I just wanted to find a save. I couldn't find anywhere to save. And, you know what, I'm just going to ignore these guys, but as soon as I come up to this was the first screen where I was like, ooh, okay, it's not running fantastic. So you can notice it drop a fair bit, but thankfully the music doesn't change. Ooh. I have noticed with one or two locations, and it might be something to do with those shaders compiling, where it just sort of, like you saw it froze there for a moment and then I appeared a bit further than I thought I'd be. That doesn't seem to happen much. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be at this location yet. Oh, maybe I am. I never played this version, but I have the Super Nintendo version, and I got quite far in it, but I think, because I was a kid, and I think I eventually just watched my brother finish it. Ooh. Instant appearing stairs. Who came up with that? Oh. This is a pretty cool version of the game. Looks nice. It's got pretty nice music too. Seems to play fairly well. Apart from the one screen I showed you, because I'd been playing the game for about 20 minutes, I'd say, and that one screen where it chugged a bit, that was the only screen. So I'm curious if there's going to be areas later which are similar to that, but honestly, been running really well. I'm stuck here now.
Oh, so you're the one who found the mana sword. Fascinating.
Yep, it was me. I scared my whole village, and they abandoned me. They told me to leave.
So you're the...
This is actually, God, this is actually something I might play again, because it's been so long, and the music is fantastic. What is that, Hiroki Kikuta? Who ended up, he's done loads of stuff, and he composed the music for Kudelka, and he basically came up for the idea, did he direct Kudelka on the PS1? And that led to the Shadow Heart series. Yeah. I don't know what to do, and if I keep playing, we'll be here for a very long time. Secret of Mana on the Vita, running super nice. Let's get out of here. Oh, let me test something. Yeah, so they're gonna have to fix this. I've just like put my Retroid Pocket in sleep mode, and it's still playing music. So they haven't done anything about that, which is annoying. But I'm sure they'll update it soon. Next game we're gonna have a look at is okay, so we got two games here that are gonna have a few problems. They do say playable on the compatibility list. Let's have a look at Dragon's Crown. This runs decently, but it has a couple of graphics problems. Like, it looks like every art asset has like scan lines. Like, even here on the logo, you can see it's sort of like scan lining in. I didn't play this too long. I was surprised how smooth it was, but oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Oh, it didn't save? Okay, it didn't save. So, you know me, for the channel, we'll pick the woman with the best weapon. So the regular art seems to be fine, and you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear actually. If I turn the music up, you can hear it like a bit crackly in the background. Can I skip this? So, I'm not like zooming in because, you know, but I haven't got autofocus on, otherwise it doesn't capture the screen very well. But I don't know if you can notice, like, the girl has like scan lines across her character. And the music is still a bit crackly, but apart from that, very smooth. And it is a little bit disappointing that this isn't running like perfectly. Very playable, but I mean, this is an amazing game. This is absolutely worth playing. It's really good. But the biggest problem for me is that crackle in the audio. That would drive me crazy after a while. This is actually a really cool character. In the air, hold down circle? I'm pretty sure it says hold down circle, right? In the air, hold down circle. What about hold down square? Do I have magic to do this? It won't let me do it. I don't know why it's not doing it. Yeah, ice cloud. In the air, hold down circle. Right? In the air, just hold down circle. God, only on my YouTube channel would this happen. If I was on my own, I'd probably just figure this out and it'd be fine. Maybe I am out of magic. I am out of magic. I didn't see a meter for the magic. There's a part of me that's like, I just want to trim this video now, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, give me that crossbow. We'll just fire the crossbow and then we'll go check out the next game. Are they going to make me kill it with a crossbow? There's no more crossbows. Alright, whatever. This is really boring. But that's cool. Playable, crackly sound, scanline artwork for some reason. But it, yeah, that is what it is. And I don't know what I'm doing. So we've got 2 more games I've got installed here we're going to have a look at. That's we're going to have a look at Persona 4 Golden. This is another one that the audio is fine, but the frame rate here and there is just a little bit choppy. But for the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, I am actually kind of surprised it's running as decently as it is. Ooh, loud. You also got the option of playing the regular version on the PS2. I think that works on the Retro Pocket. I haven't actually tested that myself. But my gut feeling says that game would run very well. So you can see here, it's running, it's fine, but it's not like 30 FPS, it's sort of like 20-ish maybe. But, you know, this is like the start of the game. I think it takes like some time before anything actually happens in Persona. The only Persona I've played is Persona 5, which I really liked. But it did sometimes feel like it took about 10 or so hours before the game like actually got going. But apart from that, it was very awesome. I got very addicted. But Then they made Persona 5 Royal, and I was like thinking about playing it, but the one reason that like would stop me from playing it is because I already knew. It took me like 100 hours to like properly finish Persona 5. And I just don't want to do all that socializing school stuff. Because it takes forever. It's like fun the first time, but I wouldn't want to do it again. Oh, she's worried about me. I tested I tested this out on the PlayStation 2 on the Odin, and I remember going a little bit further than this. There's some kind of like dream sequence in a fight, so I'll just see if I can get there. I think you can like skip all this, can't you? So we'll just skip ahead. Yes, sir. I'll be a good boy. And just be quiet. I'm a shy new guy. I don't talk much at first. I'll listen and figure out what's going on. So, I mean, okay, so there was a lot going on that street. And here it's nice. Runs very nicely. You should leave her alone. Dojima. Is it when I go to bed? There's some kind of like dream sequence, isn't there? And you do some fighting. Okay, I remember this. So I just want to see what the game looks like in like one fight, and then we'll get on to the last game. I would have liked to test more games on here, but like when I looked at all the games that were playable, because I tested a bunch on the Odin this morning, and some of the ones I hoped might play a little better weren't too fantastic. I need to go back and check things, because I need to check the GPU driver thing again to see if there's something that actually like really helps. And then and there's like a few games I definitely just want to see if they perform a little better than I thought they did. Is it? I was going to say, is it meant to be that shiny? But I think it's just my camera. It's pretty smooth. It's just that it's just bright white. I need to like put this at an angle. Have we got any skills? Oh, we got magic. It's not running too bad. I thought it might slow down when I try and do some magic attacks and stuff, but it seems to be okay. I know this is a game some people would be really excited to play. I don't really know the difference between the original and the golden version, but this isn't perfect. But if you were to play this on the Odin, I think it'd be a lot better. So let's have a look at the last game now, which is Tales of R. I've only played like 1 or 2 Tales games, but I saw this was playable, and you know, there's a lot of like 3D models and stuff, so I was actually interested to see like how it would hold up. It's kind of interesting to see the quality of games that are in the playable list. So in the playable list, you got like, there's like a bunch of 2D games, and then you got things like this and Secret of Mana that just work very well. It's really surprising. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is quite as revolutionary as when Aether SX2 came out, because that was like just a behemoth of an emulator that allowed so much to be playable. But it is pretty damn exciting at the same time that you're just getting all this as a brand new option. Huh? It's time to head home. Am I going the wrong way? So I really didn't expect a whole lot to happen with the Vita emulator, but just look at this. Now, I haven't done a lot of research on Vita emulation as a whole, because Vita 3K was first and only like a PC emulator. Maybe Linux as well, I can't remember. Oh, I died. Sorry, I'm just like mashing and thinking. So I don't know how much progress they've been making on the PC emulator since its like conception. But yeah, this game just doesn't seem to want to slow down at all. It's perfect. There's that. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. There's like a block button, and there's like differences in controls. You can free roam run with the stick, or you can use the D-pad to play it a bit more like a fighter. Look at that. Oh, I forgot it's in Japanese. I actually kind of prefer that sometimes. Oh, me too, man. I'm hungry. He's hungry too. So I haven't actually done any videos for a little while. There were a few different ones I was thinking about doing. I actually want to do a video on here with the Vulkan build of Citra for the 3DS, because it actually is pretty decent. I was waiting on it because I wanted to see if they would iron out some bugs and improve it in a short period of time. And it doesn't seem like they're going to roll out a significant, like, big improvement of that emulator anytime soon. So I'm thinking of like just doing a video where I just cover some games I've done before and say, well, this is how it runs in Citra Vulkan. And some of those games, it's actually quite impressive. Like, they run very, very smoothly. And that just adds a lot more option to your device, more 3DS games to play. Ooh, look, can you skip this? I forgot there's a whole skip event thing. I want to run around. I want to run around the town. Yeah, see? There's a beach. Is that a nice girl on the beach? Oh, hell yeah. It's a cutscene too. Actually, these like video cinematics just work. And that surprised me because I noticed a lot with Skyline for Switch that used to be quite the problem. There's a lot of games where those videos just don't work. Especially on the Retroid Pocket. Yes! What a great catch! Done. I can't. I can't do that. So I won't be doing another video for Vita on the Retroid Pocket. I might be interested in testing some more games on here and see if there's anything like worth having on here, because it's just, you know, it's just awesome to have some of these options. Disappointed with Dragon's Crown, which said it was playable. The crackling sound annoys me a bit. I'm not personally too bothered about Persona or Tales, but Tales runs fantastic. Secret of Mana runs very well, and that's really cool. I might be interested in playing that. And just the fact that you can have version 5.2 of Streets of Rage Remake is awesome. And it was just like a thought in my head, like, can you put a port of a game on the Vita emulator? And you totally can. So yeah, I hope that has been a first decent coverage of this emulator. I'll be doing one on the Odin, and we'll be checking out some more harder to run games and see what it's like on there because it's more powerful. And that is Vita 3K for Android. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to see more, and I'll be very soon with the next video. So have a great day and cheers. I'll see you later. Bye bye.